Hi there, and welcome to the Dylan Al Show. This is Dylan Al's Wrestling/Football Q&A. I know normally I do them separately, but for today it's going to be 3 wrestling questions and 3 football questions. So just before I get started, just saying please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Trust me, we do subscribe back. We're doing our best to get 100 views for one of the videos. Our most popular video at the moment is Shit Minecraft Fans Say. And if you want to see more shit people say, just request it and we'll do our best. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get started with the Wrestling and Football Q&A. First question is, what do you think about the Shield? I like them. I really do like them. I think it's a good idea because, you know, I don't think it's going to be going on for that long because, you know, it's like, well, the Nexus went on for a good bit, but, you know, might just be like that. And, you know, the core, they didn't last that long. But the Shield, I think they'll go on for a bit if they don't add, like, fair enough, they're gonna add 1 or 2 more guys, but, you know, like, you know, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. But, you know, if you're gonna add more guys, like, you know, for example, Bo Dallas or, you know, Cassius Ohno or Chris Hero, as he's more known as, you know, it'll just well, he wouldn't be the worst. Those two would be okay, but Bo Dallas and Cassius Ohno, because, you know, they're young guys, like, and, you know, they're in development. But I don't think they should be adding too many guys to the faction. I do like it though. I think it's working well with, you know, The Rock and CM Punk, and, you know, it works at Ryback, and, you know, it's fitting in well. So yeah, as long as they don't, you know, just make it dry out, and, you know, they hopefully, if they do disband, hopefully they won't. Hopefully, you know, the 3 guys won't get lost in the shuffle, because they are 3 very good wrestlers. So yeah. Question 2: do you or did you like the Aces and Eights storyline at any particular time? Well, I'm not going to say I didn't like the storyline. I'm just going to say that it's kind of typical TNA that it drags on, and, you know, they don't get to the point, and they kind of rush the ending. You know, it's gone on for a bit too long, but I suppose we'll just have to see what happens at the end, and, you know, hopefully it'll be worth it. Hopefully it'll be worth it, and I don't know, I kind of like it. It's not my favourite storyline of all time, and, you know, it's definitely not my current favourite storyline. It'll be interesting to see what happens though. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Okay, question 3. Why did TNA mention WWE when Mike Knox was unveiled as a member of the Aces and Eights, but not for Luke Gallows, aka Doc? Well, Luke Gallows had a good role in WWE. I mean, you'd know him from watching WWE, and, you know, you wouldn't have to mention it. Whereas, you know, with Mike Knox, he didn't. You know, he wasn't a very well-known guy in WWE for some of the younger fans today. So maybe, you know, they thought if younger fans are watching it, that, you know, if they say, "Oh, Mike Knox used to be in WWE," it'll make him seem like a big deal. But you know, it's weird because, like, Luke Gallows, you know, obviously he was Festus at the start, and then he joined the Straight Edge Society. So, you know, he would have been well known. It's a bit like, you know, Christian Cage or Kurt Angle. You didn't have to mention that they were in WWE before, because, you know, you'd know it because, you know, they were a big deal in WWE. Well, Christian wasn't mainly treated as a top guy, but, you know, he was a well-known mid-card wrestler, a bit like what Kofi Kingston is now. So yeah, that's really the only reason. It's only because Mike Knox wasn't a very big deal in WWE, and, you know, Luke Gallows was fairly well known. Okay, on to the football questions. Well, this one, we'll count it as a football question, but, you know, it's kind of a YouTube question. Question 4: do you watch KSI on YouTube? Yes, I do, and I have to say he is funny as fuck. He is just absolutely, he's hilarious, you know, you just can't take him seriously, and, you know, I'm a huge Man United fan. I love Robin Van Persie, but I have to admit that rap battle was funny, and, you know, I'll admit, I don't think any of them won. I think that was a draw. You know, it wasn't very Robin Van Persie, you know. I'd understand if he said that if he'd went to City. I know it's something a bit hypocritical, but it's only because, you know, City are portrayed as a club, you know, that's just full of money. And, you know, they've been portrayed as 11 individuals rather than an 11-man team. So, yeah, I love watching KSI. You know, his when he starts getting mad in FIFA, you know, he's a good laugh. And, and, you know, I'd recommend it to anyone, you know. The Q&A with his dad, that was really good. So yeah, KSI, fucking legend. Question 5. What did you think about the recent January transfer window? It was quiet enough, you know, there was a few transfers made. Obviously, Wilfried Zaha going to Man United. Of course, he's loaned back to Crystal Palace for the rest of the year. Rest of the season, I should say. David Beckham going to Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. And Drogba going to Galatasaray, and Nicolas Anelka going to Juventus, and of course Mario Balotelli going to AC Milan. Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it was a quiet transfer window, but you know, it was good. You know, it was a. I was just expecting a quiet enough one. I didn't think there'd be too many big transfers, and you know, I thought Beckham going to PSG was a bit of a surprise. Balotelli wasn't a surprise that he left City. It was a big deal, alright. It was a big deal that he was leaving City, but you know, it wasn't a surprise, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it was a good transfer. And I'm looking forward to seeing Wilfried Zaha playing for Man United, and of course Butland. He's gone to Stoke City. Like Zaha, he's going to play for Birmingham for the rest of the season, and then next season he'll join up at Stoke. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be interesting to see because he's an up and rising England goalkeeper. Of course, played for Great Britain in the Olympics, and he did very well there. So it'll be very interesting to see what he'll be like in top tier English football. And same with Wilfried Zaha. Of course, at one stage was noted as he was better than Lionel Messi. As you might have guessed, I am not a huge Lionel Messi fan. I am more of a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, obviously, because he was a former Man United player. But I don't. This is kind of going away from the question, but I don't think Messi is overrated. I just, you know, I'm just a United fan, and you know, Messi is just not. To me, I'd love to see Messi in the Premier League because I think it would be more of a challenge for him. You know, like he's never scored against Chelsea. He had in the 2 Champions League final performances against Man United. He scored in both of them, but I honestly think he was very quiet in both of them. So it'd be interesting to see what he'd be like against English Premier League clubs. But to go back to the question, I'm really looking forward to seeing Zaha at United next year, and it'll be interesting to see how Balotelli gets on over in Italy. And Beckham, of course, at PSG, of course, giving his salary to a children's charity in Paris, and I have to give him a big respect for that. So yeah, it was a good transfer window. I enjoyed it. And we got one more question here. What's the next page? Where do you think Frank Lampard will end up if he leaves Chelsea at the end of the season? That is a very good question. I honestly don't know. I'd love to see him at United. I think Frank Lampard's a very good player. And, you know, I really don't know what's going through Abramovich's head if he doesn't want to sign Frank Lampard on. If you have Frank Lampard in your squad, you'd want to keep him there for as long as possible. If I had Frank Lampard in my squad, I'd want him to retire at my club. I really don't see why Chelsea would want to get rid of him. I mean, he's still scoring goals. Look, fair enough, a few of them are coming from penalties, but I mean, he's still scoring them. He is a absolutely magnificent playmaker. He is just a fantastic player, Frank Lampard. And honestly, I'm not a big Chelsea fan, but I am a huge fan of Frank Lampard. I mean, you know, he's an England legend. I mean, I just don't get why not sign him on. Fair enough if you say, look, he's a one club player. Maybe we'll just leave till his contract runs out, then sign him on. You know, fair enough if you're going to do that. But you know, I just don't get why they wouldn't want to sign him on. Like, what could he be possibly doing that's wrong? And I mean, he doesn't want to leave Chelsea. And I mean, fair enough. Look, he's played the best part of his career at Chelsea. You know, he is considered a legend at Stamford Bridge, and rightly so. He's a fantastic player. He loves the Chelsea fans. He loves Chelsea. It's, you know, it's just, and honestly, I think, to go to the question, if he leaves, I don't think he'll stay in England. I think if he leaves, you know, he might go off to the MLS. He might go abroad. He might play for, you know, one of the Milans, or, you know, I can't really see him going to the likes of Barcelona or Real Madrid. But yeah, he could go to AC Milan, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich even. You know, just a possibility. PSG. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted. I'm watching Wales and Ireland, Six Nations. My auntie Lisa is at the game. So Wales are on the verge of a comeback there. It's they were, I think it was 33. They were 30-3. They were down, and if we see what happens, it's 30-20 now to Ireland. So it's going to be a conversion taken here, and let's just see. 30-22. So Wales on the verge of a comeback. 4 minutes to go there. Very interesting to see what happens there. So yeah, that's it for Dylan Al's wrestling and football Q&A, and with a little bit of rugby at the end. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll be probably making a few videos today. I've got the house to myself. My parents are gone to Dublin to see Jason Byrne. Of course, my dad, a Welshman, will be savage now because, well, he's probably happy now that Wales are making a comeback, but he's probably savage that they're still losing. So yeah, like the video, subscribe. We'll subscribe back. Tell your friends about the video, and we'll see you next time for more videos on the Dylan Al Show. Thank you.